What is up, everybody? I hope all is well. And of course, this is Chris back with That Square Sports Podcast. And yes, today we talk about them Lightning Bolts, the team that left San Diego for a better life in Los Angeles and has yet to really see that flourish. That's just my opinion on that. But also with a new head coach, Jim Harbaugh, and a lot of departures, by the way, with Mike Williams, Austin Ekeler, and Keenan Allen, which to me puts us in a spot where what do the Chargers do? And in retrospect, redrafting for the redrafting for the Los Angeles Chargers. First things first, guys, as always, you can always go back and look at my original draft for the Chargers as we get closer to draft day, which is very exciting for me as a Texans fan because we've done such a great job this offseason. I can't wait to see what we do in the draft, but also for the other 31 teams in the league. But with that being said, too, on top of that, I will be going live for the second round, not the first round, the second round, because I believe that too many people are going to go live. And why not? Just enjoy it. Just enjoy watching the first round. Like, it's great when you're there and you're with your friends or your family or the fan base or your phone with the homies. Just enjoy watching that first round. The second and third round, you'll see me more of. And then, of course, obviously, fourth and fifth round, I don't mind as well to do it live. It depends on what you guys think if you guys watch the first one. Now, all the cat and mouse is done. The house cleaning is done. Of course, if you like what you like, my last little bit here is if you don't like what you see in the draft, or if you like what you see in the draft, comment, of course. I will always put at the bottom of the video. Now that I'm ready for war. So what that means is, hey, comment, let me know what you think. I'm all about that life when it comes to these comments. And be respectful. Please be respectful, guys. Please be respectful. All right, let's dive in. Let's get it. First things first, if I'm the San Diego, God dog it. If I'm the Los Angeles Chargers, if I keep saying San Diego, what's wrong with me? First things first, if I'm the Los Angeles Chargers, here's what I do. At pick number 5, I'm knocking on the door of my division rival. Now, I know this sounds crazy, but hear me out. At first, I have to understand why I'm doing this. Because this is a divisional trade. It doesn't make sense. But at the same time, the Raiders have the capital that I need. And what I mean by that is they need a quarterback bad. 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 Like really, really bad. Michael Jackson bad. Lil Wayne bad from Bedrock. Ooh, showing my age. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I thought about it for a long time. And I said, I can't trade with the Broncos. I can't trade with the Vikings. And here's the reason why. With that being said, the Vikings are 6 spots away. And we know they need a quarterback. And you're not going to get much from the Vikings. You're not going to get another two first rounders to move up 6 spots. That's not happening. Let's be realistic. I'd rather the cards fall to me. And let's be honest. If you're the Vikings, you know that the Jets are taking a skill player, which is going to be a tight end. Before that, prior to that, the Bears are taking another receiver. Then on top of that, at pick 8, receiver, secondary, or D-line for the Falcons. Then on top of that, at pick 7, the Titans need help on offensive line, but they might get cute and go get a receiver as well too. So then you get to number 6, which is the Giants, who, scary enough, we don't know what the hell they're doing. I don't even know what they're doing. But you know that they don't need a quarterback, but they need a quarterback, which is very scary. And then you have the Chargers, who already have Justin Herbert. But they need skill players and picks. That's what the Chargers need. So I started thinking, and I said, if I ask the Broncos, they don't have the capital. But if I ask the Raiders, they'll do whatever it takes to get it. And respectfully, I don't think that the Chargers are afraid of the Raiders. 63 points also scored on them this year. But I say that to say this, respectfully. I think that the Chargers know that they're in rebuild mode because they've lost so much. And you got to give grace to Jim Harbaugh before the season even starts because took in the job, it was a mess. Let's just dive into these picks. All right. So at pick 13, what do? Let's go ahead. Let's dive in. Let's go ahead and grab us a number 1 receiver right away. Quentin Johnston is not the guy. Let's be real. Palmer is so-so at times. You need 2 tight ends. Go ahead and grab Troy Franklin. Oregon to Oregon. Obviously, Herbert to Troy Franklin. That's what's up. That's a dub. We'll take it as is. Now he's got at least another target. And of course, Quentin Johnston could have a super sophomore year because his freshman year was terrible. So maybe that could be a 2 two wide receivers set. Now, I'm sorry, Troy Fautanu. I'm tripping. Troy Fautanu at pick 13, offensive tackle. Go ahead, protect Justin Herbert. Forgive me what I just said with all of that. Well, obviously, protect Justin Herbert with Troy Fautanu, and then at pick 37, grab Troy Franklin, and then again at pick 44. Now, here's the fun part. Xavier Leggett at receiver. Yes, you double dip at wide receiver. Here's the reason why. I really like Justin Herbert when he has a lot of weapons. Keenan Allen was never 100%. Mike Williams was never 100%. But then I started thinking, in the perfect world, Troy Franklin, Xavier Leggett, Josh Palmer. Hold on. You got your left tackle or right tackle, however you want to put Fautanu in. And then, let's keep it a buck. Quentin Johnson, if he decides to even have a decent season at 6'5", man, this could actually really be a high-flying offense. And at first, like, all the things I said about Troy Franklin are true. But then I say, why don't we use Xavier Leggett, big physical receiver, as a Deebo Samuels in this Chargers offense? Okay. Now, I know it's a bit spicy because there's so many other needs on the defensive side of the ball for the Chargers because Mack is older. And then you've got, Bosa that's older. But I realize the bigger need in the room is that the Chargers need offensive players. So I like back-to-back at receiver. And then, of course, at 69, go ahead and give me my boy Ruke Ororo out of Clemson, D-line. Then we start helping out, of course, obviously, defensive line. Edge rusher Marshawn Kneeland as well. So back-to-back picks right there for the defense. You can kind of rotate with Mack and Bosa. I'm pretty sure if you can get any edge rusher to come in on your team, like Austin Booker in that round as well, somebody like these two guys teaching these young dudes to be edge rushers like Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa, I honestly think that's a great way to mold the next up-and-coming edge rusher. Now, the run game for the Chargers was horrible last year. Horrendous. It was actually just like my team, my favorite team, the Texans. Terrible. Trash. And I love Isaiah Spiller because he's an A&M kid, but he just was not that guy. Kelly, not that guy. Joshua Kelly, not that guy. Bro. So Austin Eckler, never stayed healthy, was not that guy. So I like Braylon Allen for the simple fact that he is that guy. And yes, I know the whole ankle injury thing is probably going to push him back, which is really going to be better for the Chargers because he's also on my big board of sleepers. And the reason why I say that is because in open field, a 6'1" running back, 6'2" really with cleats on, dog. I don't know if you guys seen him at 17, but if you see him at 22, 21, dude, he is a big freaking dude, and he's hard to bring down. And he can run that thing, tote that rock. And that's something that Jim Harbaugh freaking loves, is to run that stuff down your throat. He loves the quarterback whisper. Bro, I'm telling you, this is not a bad pick when you really think about it. Now, adding more insult to injury, we're going to dive in some more. At pick 110 and pick 140, we're going to start building that defense up. Cedric Gray, to me, who I think is the third best linebacker, is Edgerrin Cooper, Peyton Wilson. Then it's Cedric Gray at linebacker. And I like him sideline to sideline, covers the flats. He does what he needs to do, stop the run. Great guy, good size, 6'2", great 40 time. He can do it. He can get the job done. Why not? Perfect. Now, Kalen King is another sleeper player that I like in this draft. Yes, he had a bad combine. Yes, he had a bad Senior Bowl. Yes, he had a bad bowl game on top of that. But one thing I can say about Kalen King is the fact that he actually was a solid number 2 corner last year and the year before. This year, he was decent. Had some problems with, of course, Roman Wilson. No, I'm not sorry, not Roman. Yeah, Roman Wilson from Michigan had some problems. But if you actually, when I say he had some problems, I say it as respectfully, really good first half for Roman Wilson. The second half, adjustments. And that's what I like about Kalen King. He's great at adjusting to the receivers. He locked him up. And now a lot of people are going to be like, well, in the Penn State game against Michigan, they didn't throw the ball a lot. Because of that, they couldn't get through. The interior was the problem for the Penn State defense. Outside of that, the Penn State secondary did a great job holding that team to a great pass. Who went on to be eventual champs. Now, Kevin King also could be a solid number 2 to Asante Samuel Jr. for the Chargers. Also help out with Derwin James in that secondary. So I like this a lot. I like that one quite a bit more than what people think. Javon Cohen out of the University of Miami, center. Why not? Grab one. You need one. You always need a center. Now, Tip Rittman out of Illinois. I like him. I really would like to see Dylan Holker, but I didn't see him on the board when I was doing this mock draft. But not the similar player. I think Holker's a little bit faster, but Ripken also not as good as Everett, but he's more like a Bryce Hopkins out of Purdue. You guys can go watch his tape, but a better comp if you want to really look at him. He plays more like a Noah Fant or a Will Dissly type. And I know there's two different types, but when I say that is he can catch like Noah Fant, but he also can protect and block and move. And if he needs to, get the little small routes like Will Dissly does. So that's how I kind of look at it. Now, last but not least at safety is Josh Proctor out of Ohio State. It's something to just kind of replenish or just rotation for Derwin James. Obviously, he's getting older. So why not learn from Derwin James? More of a depth pick. Now, a lot of you Charger fans, if Charger fans even exist, I don't even know if y'all do exist. If y'all do, thank you for watching this video. Straight up, you made it this far. And I'm not being insulting. I just know that it's hard being a Chargers fan, especially just, oh man, all the great games of you guys. The Steelers in 09, the Patriots in 05, I believe it was, 05 or 06, that year where y'all went 14-2 and the Patriots beat y'all. Oh man, just being a Chargers fan. The Super Bowl against the Niners, damn, that sucked. Just being a Chargers fan, you guys are always that team that's so close but far away. It sucks because it's like your identity, and you got Jim Harbaugh, and I would like to see what Jim Harbaugh does. I honestly, now this is me talking, honestly, outside of the draft, I think that this is the most difficult job to take out of all the head coaching jobs. I definitely made a video about that. I said the best job to take is Carolina because you know it's a mess, and they're going to have to give you time to clean up a mess. But, yeah, the Chargers job, just because your expectations are high. You have to go to the playoffs, and you have to win a playoff game. Like, you have to go and do something this year. And you haven't started off free agency very well with the departure of Allen, Eckler, Williams, and I get it. Those guys were never 100% healthy altogether in the entire season as a unit. So it's always you had one or two of them out and only one playing, or you had two of them playing and one other one's out. Like, it was never consistently of just all three on the field 100% of the time. And I get that. And I get that old age, they've aged out, and I just see that this is really hard for the Chargers to find a way to just keep people healthy and keep them on the field. So that's something that sucks. Even with the Melvin Gordon days, who actually is one of my favorite running backs of the pretty much in the past like 7 or 8 years. He's been one of my favorite running backs to watch. I like Melvin Gordon. But I say that to say all this. I'm also ready for war in the comments. Let me know what you think about this video. And of course, guys, draft day is approaching. You let me know what you would do in this situation. Give me a list too on that. Well, anyways, yeah, whatever. Peace.